Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you a really quick, easy, delicious snack, lunch, early dinner for your kids, because pretty soon, well, it's also delicious for you, but pretty soon they'll be out of school. And you're going to need easy recipes like this in your back pocket to make a really quick something for them when they're running inside starving. We're going to make chicken cordon bleu quesadillas. They are so fantastic and delicious. I don't really have a kid that's home from school. I mean, my daughter's only 2, but I'm not stopping myself from making these. They are so good, so easy. You're gonna love it. And you can prep and make the chicken ahead of time and then just assemble them last minute when you need them. And for the chicken, you need a few very basic but delicious things that make this so fantastic. You'll need chicken breast that's been finely diced, Parmesan cheese, a couple cloves of garlic, and this is some all-purpose seasoning with some granulated garlic in it. Use any seasoning that you like, a little olive oil, and a pinch of salt. That's what you're gonna need to make the chicken, and that's what gives this so much flavor, and it's so delicious. And you could totally go ahead and just buy a rotisserie chicken and just shred the chicken and use that instead, but you're missing out on so much flavor. So you've got to trust me, it's an extra step. You can do the whole thing of the chicken, put it in a container in the fridge, and then whenever you want to make a quesadilla, take a few spoonfuls out and you're ready. But this to me is a must. Sorry. I'm gonna scale it with a little bit of olive oil, nice and hot, over about between medium and medium high. I'm gonna add the chicken, break this up as much as possible, and you're just gonna cook this until it develops really good flavor with really good color with your spices and a pinch of salt. That's all you're going to add for now. And you're just going to cook this until it develops good color and it cooks all the way through. Don't dry it out though, so keep an eye on it. And since it is chicken breast, you might just need to add a little extra drizzle of olive oil. A couple tablespoons will be the perfect amount, depending on the size of your skillet. The bigger the skillet, the more olive oil you'll need. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this cook, and I'll show you the next step. My chicken is just about fully cooked. I just wanna go ahead, I just lowered my heat a little bit to right below medium. I'm going to grate in my garlic. That way it can just cook for a couple minutes and not burn. And I also want to remind you that when you get to this step where the chicken is just about cooked, make sure that you switch, you switch to a clean wooden spoon or spatula or a clean utensil, because you don't want to cross-contaminate raw chicken with your cooked chicken. That wouldn't be fun. No one needs to go to the emergency room today. Not today. Okay, get your garlic in. Now I'm gonna just give this a stir, cook it for like 2 more minutes, like right below medium, because like I want to cook out that raw garlic flavor. I'm also going to grate some Parmesan Reggiano over the top and cook it all together and get all salty and nibbly and delicious. And this is gonna be the base for the most delicious cordon bleu quesadillas that I cannot wait to have for lunch today. And you're just gonna cook all of this together. You're not gonna taste like Parmesan cheese. It's just gonna be nutty and crispy and salty and delicious and so perfect. So just a couple minutes and I'm gonna put it in here and then we'll build ourselves a better quesadilla. Chicken is done. I've got my sliced ham. I've got my shredded Swiss. I've got my Dijon mustard and I've got my flour tortillas. I'm gonna build my quesadillas right in the same pan that I cooked the chicken in, because look at this. There's good flavor if there's anything left in the bottom of it, and you just add a little tiny bit of oil as needed. But you know what? I don't like to get any extra stuff dirty. That's what I was trying to say. So, easy. I make half moon quesadillas, and I always start with a little bit of cheese because that is essentially like glue, right? Because I do 2 layers of it, and then your chicken that is boiling hot. Okay, and then on this side, I put Dijon mustard, because you gotta have Dijon mustard with your cordon bleu, maybe a little bit more chicken. And then I do a couple slices of ham. I don't really skimp on my quesadillas. I mean, this is essentially, in my opinion, and then another layer of cheese to kind of hold it all together. In my opinion, a quesadilla should be just as delicious and filling as a sandwich. Do you know what I'm saying? Because how rude if you did it any other way. So I'm gonna pop that one in. I'm only gonna make 2 because I'm only gonna make 2, one for me and one for Joe for lunch. And then the rest, I'll have all of my nibbly bits in the fridge to make quesadillas whenever we feel like it. So that's exciting. I'm just gonna start with the mustard actually so I don't get my hands dirty. I only do mustard on one side simply because I go pretty heavy, but you can do mustard on the entire thing. You know what? The world is your pickle. No one gonna be judging you, so you make it good. That's why I do double the layer of cheese, because I make it good. Ready for my quesadilla. Actually, leave that one in the pan for now. This is going to be really hot. I'm going to cut this into thirds. Ooh. Hot, hot, hot. Cheese is melted. Yeah. That is the only quesadilla that I want to eat. It tastes like chicken cordon bleu, but it's really easy. It's really fun. Like I said, you can have everything on hand, ready, and then just make it last minute. Yeah, forget the kids. Just make this for yourself. LauraInTheKitchen.com will have the written recipe if you want it. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.